Hello, this is Aus, and this is a follow-up for the iCrowds 2.0 tutorial. In this video, we'll learn how to use a custom agent, especially if you already have your own armature and you want to add Ragdoll setup to it. I will guide you through a step-by-step, starting from preparing animations, then setting up the Ragdoll system, and finally scattering the agent inside iCrowds system. You'll find the download link for iCrowds 2.0 down in the video description. Let's get started. I imported this character from Mixamo, and it has 3 or 4 animations: a walk, run, idle, and crouch. And first, let's join all these meshes into one mesh. But first, I will rename the UV maps to UV map so we don't get issues with that. UV map. Let's copy this, paste it over here, paste it over here, and paste it over here. Join them. Go to pose mode, just make sure this works. Okay. Now let's remove all keyframes. Alt R, scale, rotation. You need to remove scales and rotations not on your main armature, and also apply the scale and rotation. And for these ones, for the animations, let's go to the curve sheet, action editor. Let's first rename this. Reset location, remove this. Mouse look in place. This one, reset location, also remove it so it's running in place. And right now the scale is not applied, and when I apply the scale, it will completely break the keyframes. So before you do that, you need to select the hip bones and look for, go to the graph editor, look for scale. This is the scale for the hip bones. You need to delete all keyframes, and for the scale and rotation, go to pose mode again. Now we're not looking for scale. Let's set this to 2D cursor, scale on the Y by 0.01. And now we fixed the animations, and the animations are named correctly. We go to the curve sheet action editor. This is custom walk, custom run, custom idle, and custom crouch. So this one should not have any actions attached to it. So if it has any action, just remove it and put it in the T pose. And now you're ready for the second part. Just move this to a collection. Let's call this custom, and new collection, custom. Now you're ready for the second part, which is setting up the ragdoll and inputting the custom actions on this armature. Setting up all the actions, applying the scale on all the armatures, and removing the action on the main armature. This is important. Shouldn't have any action to it because it will break the animation later. Right now we are ready to add this armature and animations to our system. Let's go to the dynamic ragdoll, and first let me isolate armature. Go to agents. Right now the system is using these 2 groups, each group containing 10 armature. I don't need these. I will remove them. Go to custom agent and set this to use in scatter. Let me just input my armature, my mesh. I will go to pose mode. And first you need to set up the rotation limits. So the system takes from the inverse kinematics just to make this easier to visualize. Select the needed bones. I need this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I will turn on the inverse kinematics. Let's first set this to 0. I will add a bit of rotation. Example, something like this. And something like this. Now, the knees should not rotate over here. We're allowed to rotate like this, not like this. So we're not allowed to rotate at this angle. So let me just change the rotation of this. So like this. And for these two bones, it's really allowed to rotate up and down. They are allowed to rotate like this. This one also. Allowed to rotate up and down very much. Like this. Ready. Select these bones. So these, you can adjust those later anyway. But you want to have this nice display. Right now, click generate. Mesh. Give this a rigid body. Set it to be animated. Right now, like this. Go to the RBD settings. You can select one of these bones and access its settings, or you can just set use active. Should have a better fall. You can also control the limits of rotations over here. And so custom idle, custom walk, custom run. And just add another one. Let's just reset these. This will sync the length of the animation with the length of the action. Set this to custom crouch. It's called custom animation 1. Maybe change this to crouch. Copy the name. We have idle, walk, run, and crouch. After everything is set, press add to add your armature. Select all these bones, or maybe just move the armature. Select hierarchy, put it over here. We don't need these actions anymore. It's for actions, so let's just delete them. We don't need this plane for testing. And right now, if you go to Control, Ragdoll, press Populate. Okay, we might have forgot to apply the rotation. Yeah, let's apply the rotation. Let's populate. Okay. So right now they're all idling. Let's take our custom armature, select hierarchy, and move it to a collection. Let's move it to the custom collection. Let's hide it for now. So right now, if you go to hide bones and relationship lines, you could have something like this. Go to the scatter, motion, flow, and let's, for example, increase the scale on this. The Bezier curve, scale of the curve to be 12. We should walk, then run, and in the trigger, let's say trigger on distance. We should walk, run, then trigger ragdoll. The plane does not have rigid body, so you can add it again, passive. What we should get is like this. And let's try to trigger our custom animation. That would be fun. Let's get this cube over here. And the animation name, I think I copied it. So it's called crouch. The trigger should be this object. Let me just make it a wireframe. Okay. You can see they're crouching and dying. So that's how you add a custom character. If you want, you can select another armature and mesh, press generate, go to pose mode, press generate, and add another custom armature, and also populate your scenes with this. That would be all for the Ragdoll system, the new update for iCrowds 2.0. See you on the next one. Goodbye.